Hello. Let us see the nutritional needs of children and understand it properly. Why is childhood nutrition important? To stay healthy and to have a strong body. To have a healthy mind. If you eat properly, the proper nutritions are provided to your body, then obviously mind becomes healthy. To grow up healthy and into a strong individual. To develop immunity. To be energetic to do day-to-day work.
So regional food means a lot to the body. What we mean by this sentence over here is, you would have observed that the people belong to certain area, okay, and not everybody is an expat. It's a different story that people come to the urban area from the villages and be part of that culture. That's a different story. But then inherently, if you see anybody, they belong to a certain space, certain area. For example, if you take the people in coastal belt, they will be known to have more of boiled rice, fish and things like that, which is suitable for their body. So likewise, whichever region you go, as per the climatic conditions, as per the very culture, as per the tradition that is there, and the scientific aspects of it, the body is adjusted to a certain kind of the food. And if that person happens to go elsewhere for job or whatever reason, and if he stops having the food completely from what he has built his own body, or thanks to the genes also, because he is carrying the genes of his ancestors who were having that kind of food. So there is going to be a lot of difference there. That is why probably I'm just thinking loud that most of the health issues are germinating from the food that we have. So when we go outside, we don't like that food more so. It's not only in the brain, but it is in the body also. The body rejects the food, and this is what exactly we mean that the regional food means a lot. So nutrition is important as far as what you are, where are you from, what is your culture, what is your traditional food, what is that your ancestors used to prepare food and then eat. That is very important, and we encourage you to take that into considerations and pay more attention to your traditional food. Try to give that to your children so that they are well fed with the nutrition. So nutrition does not necessarily mean the carbohydrates, proteins and things like that. It is basically your tradition, and that plays an important role. How to take care of the nutrition of children? Up to 6 to 9 months, anyway, the babies are fed breast milk, right? So that takes care of everything, and this has been proven time and again by the science also. You don't have to do a thing. It's just that you need to make sure that the mothers eat healthy, right? They don't do any unnecessary things that it causes problems to the baby. So the breast milk takes care of everything. The colostrum contains high antibodies, so you don't have to worry much about it. The problem starts when the toddlers and 6 to 7 years and then pre-teens. That is where you got to be more careful about the food.
Toddlers need to develop bone and teeth, and that is developed from calcium, and calcium comes from milk, oatmeal, etc. They also need iron, zinc, calcium, fiber, which comes from fruits and vegetables.
And 6 to 7 years old and above, they need more of proteins, vitamins, minerals, and that is when you start giving them the peanuts, lentils, eggs and stuff like that, rice, beans, and then nutrition is taken care of. Then pre-teens, teens, they need more of calcium, more of carbs, more of fats, because the body is hyperactive. So it will only thrive on something that will give the body the excessive energy. Okay, if you give the vegetables, as we already discussed, that the vegetables will not give them that much energy. Although we all know that the vegetables are good for a longer run, it is like kind of, you can say that the Ayurveda medicine and the allopathy medicine, Ayurveda takes its own time to work on it, but it is very strong and rugged. We all know that. Maybe the allopathic doctor would not agree with that, but still, I just wanted to give an analogy that pre-teens and teens are the dangerous zone, you can say, because they would have developed certain kind of resistance also to whatever advice you give them. That is the worst part of it. At the same time, we need to understand that their body is fast developing in such a way that they want to keep eating. Now, how the whole objective or the crux of the whole course is surrounding the fact that how can we actually convert that binge eating of the snack or munching effect to less harmful and to possibly make it more healthy, right? Now there is something known as RDA, recommended daily allowances. It is nothing but this, basically the levels of an intake of essential nutrients is declared with the number, and this is done by Food and Nutrition Board. And this board makes sure that whether it is child or adult, urban, rural people, anybody, they are supposed to have this. Man, woman, anybody, they need the body needs these many nutrients. Okay, this has been said. For example, calcium, the actual intake recommended one is 800 milligrams per day. Iron is 13 mg per day, like this. And it is very kind of time consuming to read, and it is read and comprehended only by the scientists and not by people like you and me, right? We can sit and read so many things, but we won't understand anything. Even if we understand, we can only have the knowledge out of it, but then calculation will not be practically useful. What will you eat in order to make sure that you have had 800 milligrams only? What if it is more? What if it is less? You don't know, right? And it is actually not possible to follow the RDAs for all the nutrients also, and it is definitely impossible to follow at home. Now, what is the solution we have? So there are general guidelines for that.
If we follow these guidelines, balanced diet can be maintained at home as well. So there are 20% of the people who follow this, and 80% of the people don't follow. So why not make a conscious effort from ourselves to fall into the 20% category? So,
and maybe increase that 20% category to a larger number.
Yes. So provide variety of foods to ensure a balanced diet. It's not only the spice of the life, but also the essence of nutrition and health. So balanced diet, what does it consist of? Cereals, millets, pulses, vegetables and fruits, milk and milk products, egg, meat, fish, oils and fats, nuts and oilseeds.
So basically it is everything. Only thing you need to know in those things also what is actually good and what is bad.
So planning of the food is essential. So avoid overfeeding to prevent overweight and obesity.
These are general guidelines from the RDA, which is known to everybody. It is not something sacred that we are saying here. It is known, but it always pays to keep refreshing ourselves with these things more and more. It is much better than knowing how much of calcium milligrams per day you need to have. Have these guidelines and everything will be taken care of automatically.
And exercise regularly, that's very important. You will see when you start exercising regularly, you yourself can feel the change in your body and how light you feel. Restrict salt intake, this is very important. The sodium content, it should be maintained in the body. If it increases, then again it leads to obesity and other lifestyle diseases. Then ensure use of safe and clean food. There are certain types of methods for certain type of food. So we have to follow those cooking processes in order to prepare the food in a right way. Enough amount of water to be taken on a daily basis, then minimize use of processed food.
So that brings us to the end of this session. We will see what is there in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.